on, guys? MegaGig back with another and final video for the Whirlwind Barbarian, with the new update. I think we've covered this build enough, but I wanted to give my final thoughts on it and show you. Here I am running a 75 now, and we'll cover the build after the video in detail, and then you guys can decide for yourself, you know, if you want to run this build or not. Pretty great build, a lot of fun. There are a couple of different ways you can play it. Really, there's more than a couple. But I've finally decided on this particular build for my needs. So we're probably not going to talk too much during this, as you guys know what happens when I flap my gums a lot. I end up dying multiple times in a row. They have changed the rifts, apparently. I hadn't read the full notes last time. They changed the rifts, and it's definitely getting harder to find elite packs now, or at least a good overall greater rift dungeon. They've changed the spacing out of monsters and whatnot. Whoop, there we go. So from what it sounds like on the forums is even with a good build, you're probably going to be rift hunting for that good rift, especially if you're wanting to set times. You're going to need packs to show up just right, choose the right direction, good shrine placement, you know, whatever. But I've had very few 75s that I haven't finished with this build. There have been a couple, because sometimes you just can't find mobs. There seems like there's no shrines spawning. Where did he go? But overall, this has been the most consistent build for me. It offers good survivability, good damage. Where does he keep going? See, uh-oh. Ah! And there I go, not paying attention. So yeah, so we're just going to run this out, and then I'll go over the build in the end. Did he die? I didn't even see if he died. We're not doing too hot right now, actually. We're running a little behind. That'll change, hopefully. And if you guys want to skip straight to the build, feel free. At the time of recording this, I obviously don't know what the time that it is, but I'm sure it'll probably be about halfway through the video. These runs are usually 15 minutes or less. So yeah, just skip forward probably 10 minutes from now. I did swap out one of my passives for Nerves of Steel. What's that called? But it saves you. As you can see, I was saved by it a minute ago when I wasn't paying attention. Let's go ahead and see if we can't pick up some other garbage while we're at it. I apologize if I'm a little sniffly. It is that time of year. And I have adjusted the game volume. Hopefully it's not too bad now. Excuse me. And the quality should be on point as well. Hopefully. And I also realized that they did a graphical update not too long ago, and they added more graphics settings, so I really cranked those up too. You might notice everything looking a little bit better. And I wanted to see if we can get 2 elite packs at once in this, but it doesn't look like it. So we'll just take the 1. when I get a good shrine like that, I like to go ahead and go a little bit further ahead and see. Sometimes there will be a second elite pack you can draw in and get the bonus off of it as well. Because the power shrine and probably going the wrong way here. No, maybe not. The power shrine and the conduit shrine really don't last very long. Just hoping to pull some more garbage in this. If you were running the version of this that uses Ancient Spear, you could do that. You could pull them along with you. Or if you were running Taunt, you could make them kind of follow you for a little while. We'll go over that in the final build notes after this rift. All right. Teleport away from me. Come on now. Come on. There he goes. Now, did we choose the right direction? Yes. We're not doing too bad. Packs haven't been that great, though. Let's see if we can't find another elite pack. Close. Yeah, there's one. Alright, let's get this channeling shrine. We'll kill 2 packs at once. More or less. If you get the channeling shrine, all your cooldowns, you wanna try and time them just right for when the shrine is about to drop off. So I'll go ahead and save Barbarian. I'll cast it one more time right when the shrine is about to drop off right now. And that'll give me the most out of my cooldowns. Unless you're like me and you accidentally go ahead and click it again when it's ready anyways. Which I've done more than enough times to not get the bonus time out of it. This guy's really hanging in there. 75 is the highest I've cleared on this build. I've cleared in the time. I've cleared 76 really easy. This build is super tanky, but I just can't put out enough damage to clear it. I haven't had good enough placement and whatnot. Man, that's a really big bunch of... I'm just going to go ahead and cast everything and kill these guys really quick. We're doing pretty good on time. And we'll get the rest of our stuff cooled back down pretty fast. There's one. Great. It's a big teleporter. Meaning he's going to teleport me a long ways. Some of the teleporters, you'll notice they only teleport you just real short distances, but I've noticed lately, and that could have been an update in the patch, that they really tell you to teleport you a long ways, which is super annoying. If you've probably noticed, we're no longer running overpower. I do miss my 8% critical hit chance that I got from casting that, but it's not the end of the world. Try not to stand on that portal there. Whee! Alright, now which way do we go? Probably not this way. Yep. Should have figured as much. Well, we'll get something for our troubles. I'm sure I'm not the only one to have noticed, but when you're running, and this may have been like this forever, I don't know. When you're running Nephilim rifts and farming keys and gold and whatnot, you get a lot more density of elite packs, and you get a lot more open fields with tons and tons of enemies. And in greater rifts, you get a lot of these really linear, really spaced out rifts, which I think is the way they want it, but it's really annoying personally. I don't know which one's the real one. You take the ugly one. No, you take the ugly one. I'll take the ugly one. Which one's the ugly one? If anybody happened to be watching the video all the way through or at that part and get that reference, let me know in the comments. And I will give you a shout out in the next video if I remember. But my memory's pretty horrible, so don't count on it. But I will if I remember. And if you have a YouTube channel, I will give that a shout out too. Because all of my 137 subscribers will go check it out. But you can see we're mostly tanking everything they throw. Not even worrying about the... Not really worrying about the ice things or the beams. You don't want to stand in too many of those. There's a lot of them, but you can tank one or two, okay? I killed one. Just need to kill this guy. And that should put me over the top for the Rift Guardian. If I can get this guy to die in time. This wasn't too bad of a run. Placement on the last floor wasn't that great. This floor was pretty good. Yeah, there we go. This guy can dish out some damage. But as long as we don't die, since we haven't died yet, we could probably die once and still finish this in time. But I hope not to die because you get an extra gem upgrade now for every greater rift you don't die in. So that's a total, if you're running an empowered rift, that's a total of 5 upgrades. Whoa! Whoa, yep, that saved me, my passive. Woohoo! But it won't be there again. But everything's up. He's dead. There we go. Successful run. 120 minutes. Or, 120 minutes, jeez. Minute 20 left. Let's go ahead and pick up all of our stuff. Upgrade our gems. Upgrading this to level 70 so I can augment something else. And, wow. Went all the way. And then, which one? Oh yeah, I was working on getting that back up because I used my last one. I got it to level 70 and used it right there. So you can see I've augmented a couple of things now. What have I augmented? That one, which I'll redo once I get the rest of the stuff. That one, 2, 3. I think that's it. I think that's all the stuff that I've augmented for now, yeah. Alright, let's get this, head back to town, and we will go over our build. So we'll go ahead and start Paragon levels. That's all the same, none of that's changed. The cube, none of that's changed. You can see there everything's the same. Skills. Alright, so we're using Veterans Warning on Warcry. This increases our dodge chance by 30%. It stacks really well with the dodge chance on this. Now remember, in Diablo, the percentages aren't straight up additive; they're multiplicative. So 30% and 20% is not 50%. It's, I don't know what the total is when it adds up, but there's our 30% with this. There's 20. Why does it just say 20%? Oh, that dropped off. Where is it? There we go. So it's 44%. And then we also get dodge chance from our Gogok of Swiftness. So you get up to about 50% roughly when all your stuff's up. So that's a lot of dodge chance. Yeah, so back to the skills. Whirlwind Blood Funnel. Ironhide. We're still using Ironhide on this. If you get a better roll on your belt, if you get the full 6 seconds, or if I do, I will probably change it out to life per fury spent. That's a little tankier. That's a good party buff. I don't really like that much. And you know, so Ironhide or Ignorance is Bliss, depending on your belt roll. Bloodshed, that hasn't changed. Falter, that hasn't changed, but I have also run, Demoralize, which taunts enemies. With the new rifts, it's helpful to kind of bring enemies along with you. Demoralize is good for that. They'll kind of follow you for 4 seconds if they're taunted. It doesn't really help for ranged enemies much because they're still ranged, so they'll attack you, but they don't come in close to you. Another option besides Threatening Shout or War Cry, you could replace it if you wanted, is Ancient Spear. And what you would be using on this particular build is, where is it? Yeah, either Rage Flip to throw the enemies behind you as you're running. So you'd be spinning along, you'd throw them in front of you, and you'd hit them again. Doesn't work as good as it sounds. It does work, just not quite as good as it sounds. The Ancient Spear is kind of finicky on how many enemies it likes to drag. But it does work on those enemies that are harder to hit. They keep running from you. Elite packs especially, you can keep dragging them. Or you can drag all the enemies hit back to you and slow them. Either Harpoon or Rage Flip, both work really well. For me, this has been the overall most consistent build, so I'm still running Falter. Like I said, you can run Demoralize. If you want health globes, you can run Grim Harvest. But I'm still running with Falter to do more damage because I've been surviving really well. This build has tons of survivability, but I need more damage. So Falter's what I'm running there. Wrath Berserker Insanity, Weapon Master, Berserker Rage because we're always at max fury. Rampage helps really well if you're in a big pack and then you're killing a bunch of little packs at the same time. So, and Nerves of Steel. Previously, I said Relentless, but this build is tanky enough that you don't usually you're not usually below. So when something hits you really hard, just every now and then, like you saw on the Rift Guardian there, where he almost killed me. This saved me. So yeah, Nerves of Steel is my 4th pick there. On to the equipment. It's the Wrath of the Waste full set. Nothing more to say about that. You can do your rerolls and augments as you please. But it's the Wrath of the Waste set, the full thing you need. The Pride of Cassius belt to increase our Ignore Pain. Stats-wise, it's really whatever you can get to be the most tanky or damaged, depending on what you need. I'm still running Strength runes because I haven't, I haven't had a tanky or toughness issue with this build. I've had a damage issue, so we're still running more damage there. Weapons are again still the Bulkathos set. I'm running life on hit on both of them. I could kind of swap that out for more damage, a little bit more damage. I probably, let's go check really quick. I don't think the amount of damage that I can get off of one of them will be that much. Yeah, I can either get a little bit more attack speed, which kind of won't really add up, area damage, or just overall damage. I might could roll for the damage against elites, and it might be okay. But at the expense of the survivability, because we have a lot of life per hit right now. I could probably do one of those, something different. We'll see. I might try it. Both of these have been re-rolled quite a lot, though. So the well, no, that one hasn't. I guess the expense on that one, maybe it resets every season. The expense on those isn't very much. So maybe I will re-roll and try something else. But for now, that's what I'm running. Gems, we're still running the Tagak. Mine's level 70, 48% stacked up damage. It's just massive amount of damage, and armor gain as well. And we're also using all damage taken split between the wearers of this item, which goes on our Templar. I'll show you his stuff in a second. Zodiac Ring as well for the reduced cooldown. Running Gogok of Swiftness, attack speed, dodge chance, cooldown reduction, and you do need cooldown reduction. I mean, it's not dire, but it helps when it's stacked up fully. 15% cooldown reduction working with the Zodiac Ring passive itself, so it's really nice. Bane of the Stricken, I've got that up to rank 70 as well. I think all these are rank 70 right now. Oh no, that's only 65. And then I've got the Gain the Boon of Bolcathos passive on my Hellfire Amulet. I might try for a better roll on this, but since this is an ancient, that's pretty good stats there, so I don't know, we'll see. And then I'm running Nemesis Bracers. Shrines will spawn an enemy champion. Really helps clear rifts more, since, especially now since you're having a really tough time finding elite packs in a lot of rifts. So yeah, when it comes to that, that's a big help. That's pretty much it. Templar, follower can't die. I'm running all the healing stuff, but I am running increased resource regeneration. Yeah, I don't know that I really need that anymore, because I was running that on my Leapquake build. You can really go for either, since you definitely want to stay topped off on FLOORI. Resource regeneration isn't a bad idea. I don't know, I might go ahead and switch to that and see how it works out. But then I'm running Thunder Fury. His is an ancient. It does happen to have dexterity on it, but he's not there for damage anyways, so and I just gave him damage to elites. You can see the stuff he's got there. Chance on hit to pull enemies toward your target location. This is really helpful. You probably saw in there where every now and then the enemies would just clump up. Yeah, they're clumping up around him. Really helps on a Whirlwind build, and it triggers a surprising amount, and it does pull elites in as well, so that's nice. Shield, he's just got a shield there. I've got the Oculus ring on him, and I was able to get a roll that goes to 85. Is that as high as it goes? Where is it? Yeah, 85% is as high as it goes. So I've got an 85 on him. That's pretty nice. And then there's the all damage taken split between wearers as well with mine. So this is a solo build. You're going to take, if you go in a group and nobody else has this, you're going to take 50%. Well, it's not going to matter. Mainly it has to work with a follower that cannot die to really get the full benefit of it. So if you're doing this in a group, you might have a little more trouble surviving. But probably not too big a deal unless you're running higher greater rifts. That's about it. I know I was going to say one more thing, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, I was going to say gems. That's it. You can swap out something for Wreath of Lightning. At this point, I don't really want to anymore. You can't really swap that out. You could probably swap Gogok of Swiftness out. You really don't want to lose the damage of that. But in the end, the AoE damage, it's kind of up in the air. I don't know. You can swap that out. You can also swap Pain Enhancer for something. It's really of your choice. But that's about it, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video. Next video will be something else, probably the Leapquake build, since that is the next one that I have that is really strong. There hasn't really been any changes in it, but that's another video. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're going to finish our rift there. And if you liked the video, leave a like and a comment down below, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks, guys. More good stuff to come.